Jimmy's Jam Box. Keep jamming.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another exciting episode of Jimmy's Jam Box. We're here. We're back at it again, and we're going to get on into it. But before we do, as always, please make sure to like, subscribe, push all the buttons, do all the things. You know, I don't know where they are, but you do. I trust you. With that being said, let's go ahead and get on into it. Here is today's guest.
Hello, I am Zeke.
I'm so proud of you for that. Hello. Hello. Thank you so much for joining us.
It's a pleasure. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, welcome back. For those of you that don't know, Zeke was in fact early on in the audio-only platform, one of the early guests.
Yeah, we served in the military together.
Yeah, there was a time.
Yeah.
I can see it clearly now.
Yeah, like it was yesterday or never.
I'm going with that second one, but let's go ahead and get to know you a little bit better for the new video platform. Tell us a little bit about how you got into music.
Kind of like I got a little more interested in like music itself growing up. I said the last time I was here a lot about like my uncle at like family events, but thinking since then, another thing was, you know, growing up not like rich or anything, getting like shirts from Kmart and shit, and I got one of them and that had an MP3 player, and I wasn't really allowed to listen to much music besides like Jack Johnson growing up. And when I got that, it wasn't an MP3 player, it was one of those like little like radios.
Yeah.
And I got that, snagged some batteries, and would just listen to it 24/7 until I knew every song from like a millisecond, the artist name and everything. I loved that thing.
Oh, damn. Oh, yeah. And who were some of the people who inspired you like early on when you were like first getting into music?
Oh, damn, that's a good question. I think early getting into music would probably be I didn't even think about that shit. Inspired me getting people?
Yeah, just I guess musically.
I think definitely my friends, my uncle for sure, because I really looked up to him, but also my friends. Like my friend Zion, Skipper, Tokoloshi, man, if you know, you fucking know, Smile Boys OG. He was always like putting me on new music and then clowning on me for like not really. Yeah, you know how it goes with friends.
Yep.
So I got a lot of music taste from him originally, and Mookie.
Shout out Mookie.
Yeah, those were the two people that like got me started on making music and got me started on having like actual taste in music that wasn't like 21 Pilots. No offense to 21 Pilots.
Fair.
But
Now, when we originally sat down, did we ask you the first album you'd ever bought? Was that part of that ring of questions?
yeah.
Okay. Then we don't have to answer that one again if you don't want, but if you want to reiterate it for this version, you can.
It was George Benson's Breezin', because the song Breezin' is a fucking masterpiece. It is gorgeous. I recommend buying it. Amazing.
Hell yeah. All right, and then we're gonna round out the kind of the foundation questions, since you've been here before, so we don't need to dive into those. But to kind of close it all up, we know when you first like started doing music, you know, when you first got into it, but what was the moment you decided music was something you wanted to do as more than just like a thing to do?
More than just like casually doing.
Like more than just a hobby, I guess.
Well, I think over COVID, I started making more music with Mookie. We would just kind of hang out and like bump heads and make a bunch of songs. And we'd make songs with, and kind of just hang out with a couple other friends that made music. And our friend Xander, Zany, really fucking cool dude. Really cool dude. Shout out him. He got Mookie his first show, and me and Mookie were like this. We're like brothers. And Mookie got me on his first set, and performing for the first time, that was like, that made me realize just how much I loved like making music and performing it and like expressing it to other people.
Hell yeah. All right, now let's go ahead and get to know you as the artist.
Oh.
And I mean, last time you were here, we obviously talked about how you got your name, so we can kind of, we're going to breeze past that one. Did we talk about your writing process? I'm going to take those in. Oh, okay.
Sorry,
okay.
I had to ponder that.
That's all right. Do you think it's changed much since you last spoke about it?
Not really, but I think it's gotten more intensive.
Okay. How so?
Well, when I was here last time, I said my music process is more so like I'm feeling something. I can hear something going on in my head, whether it's instruments or lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling something, and it kind of just pesters and builds up in my head until I'm like, okay, I got to write this down, or I got to save this for later, or I got to get this done. And more recently, I've been like definitely just spitting back and forth, like spitballing like lyrics and guitar lines. I've like in my free time, I like just kind of play guitar over like jam sessions and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's kind of got me more in the headspace where I can like process like playing notes like without an instrument being present.
Yeah.
And so those like kind of melodies are a constant in my brain. It's pretty cool.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. Then what are some things about your current sound that you enjoy? Like, what are the things that, like, over time you've kind of grown into the sound that you do currently? What is it you like about that?
I'm going to say for the stuff that I have released, because I think that's only fair to, like, people that are listening.
I mean, I think you can answer it for either side, because your current sound can be what you're currently doing, even if it's not out yet, as kind of like a what people can expect to enjoy from it.
Yeah.
But, like, you can go either direction. There's not a right or wrong.
A lot more personability in both, a lot more personability and a lot higher quality, and just mix and master. I like was kind of just like throw vocals on, fuck it, it works. But now I'm kind of a lot more in the headspace to like do vocals better.
Okay.
And like my beats like actually mix them, so it's not like constantly clipping. Max, if you're watching, fuck you. No, I'm joking. Max as well, but and intensity. Like I've really honed in the intensity I want out of music.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. And do you have any fun, like, recent show stories that you've got you'd like to share?
Oh my God, I just did a show with illustrious youth and Gigi Kimona
Hell yeah.
Day. It
Shout out Gigi.
was crazy. It was super fun. And
New clothing line is dope.
oh, it's
Yeah.
killer.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was in Chinatown, which was crazy. The show was really cool. They set it up really well. Like,
yeah, I saw it went really well.
yeah, it was whatever it looked like in the photos. It felt like there were a million more people than that, and the layout was really cool.
That's
and
awesome.
It was really personable in
Hell
a good way.
Hell yeah.
But that was really cool. I got to perform there and have a bunch of people take photos of me I'd never met before, but I ran into outside of it, just being like, "Yo, what's up, man? What's up, man?" And
When was the last time you'd performed before that? Because it's been a little while.
yeah, I've kind of been like working on myself a little bit. I think the last time I performed before that, I don't even know. Probably, yeah. Shit.
Yeah, it's been a while. I was even trying to, but yeah.
I am hoping to have another show coming up soon.
Ooh.
Been working on this Jimmy's Jam Box show, and that's exciting. I haven't, but now it's in the works that I've said it.
Well, hopefully we'll be getting music back soon. Okay. So, okay, this is a fun one. This is one of the newer ones. First time. Well, some of these we've already launched for the first time on this episode only, but it's I didn't announce those, but this is a fun one, so we'll see how it goes. How long does it take you to get a song to a point where it's ready to perform? So like when, you have the idea, you write it down, you workshop the things. When is it ready to display to people?
That's a really fucking good question. I think like it's really dependent on like my motive or like how I'm trying to do it.
Mhm.
Because there have been times, there have been times where I've done songs in like 30 minutes, like my song Like You,
Mhm.
which a lot of people like. And I finished that one in like 30 minutes and mixed it down because I didn't have enough like songs to fill a set I had for a show, and that was the version that I ended up like even like posting on like Spotify and everything. So I guess like 30 minutes can be that, but I can also like a lot of the times I will finish a song, like recording and everything, and have all the instruments, and I'll sit there for like an hour and be like, this could use a minor tweak or this there. And then I'm like there for like a month on one song.
Okay, so you'd say like, I mean, man, as short as 30 minutes is a wild turnaround time, but I guess when you're in it, you're in it.
Yeah.
But like, I could see that. Like, for you, will you perform a song and then like adjust it after the performance, or do you wait to perform it until you've like practiced performing it 1,000 times at home?
Well, I think more so when like I do a show and perform.
Oh, yeah, I guess
audience interaction, kind of like in my early like performing, there were songs I made specifically for audience interaction.
Okay.
That I didn't plan on posting, and like seeing how people reacted to them, I was able to like, I don't give a fuck. I had a song called Piss Baby we sang, and I found out later doing a show that people love to chant Piss Baby, so I added in a segment in the middle where people could chant it for a while, and that like really brought a good energy to the audience, I think, which is a weird thing to say.
No, that makes sense. And actually, that's something that doesn't get talked about a lot on the show. I might incorporate that later. Is the making music specifically designed for performance. Like it can be a different cut. Like, you know how there's like a radio version of your song that you do, there's like a lyricless version of this and that. Like you can have a performance version of your song that includes things, doesn't just exclude things that the full version would have.
Yeah.
And I think that when that happens, that goes a long way, because then people have to go to see you live to get that part of the experience.
Yeah, a lot of the time recently I've been kind of removing my main vocals and like keeping my side vocals for live performances.
Mhm.
But turning my side, like my background vocals up and just adding like a little bit more of a delay and reverb.
Yeah.
So that it feels like I'm getting like a little bit of ad-libbage over my live.
Oh, I mean, there's a lot that can go into that. There's also, we won't go into it on camera. I'll tell you, I have like a couple things for that are off camera that are like, they're really interesting approaches to make that live experience sound way fuller without just going like straight backing track in the thing.
Yeah.
But like I said, that's a gear question for later.
Exactly.
But let's round it out. We're going to close up the artist focus portion of this. And this one's I guess the densest question of all of them.
Dense.
Yeah. But we talk a lot about what music gives to us, what comes from it, what happens because of it, all of that. But what is it about music that matters the most to you? What is the part of the process? What is it the part of the creation? What is it that like it's the most important part for you?
Fuck. Jesus, these are some really fucking good questions. I think in the production stage, I'm really just looking to have fun. Like in a sense, I'm looking to have fun, but I'm looking to enjoy myself. I'm looking to express myself.
Yeah.
And if I like spend more than 30 minutes on a song and I'm not like adding a shit ton of things that aren't necessary to try and make it like collide, then I'm not.
Yeah.
You know, like if I'm not already deep enough to be doing some things and adding like little things that nobody's going to hear but me, just for my own my own satisfaction, then I'm not producing. I think it's more like the expression and the creating. Yeah. because a lot of it's I'm yapping.
No. I mean, that's your interview. Go for it.
Oh yeah, there's that.
Hell yeah.
A lot of it's the expression. A lot of it is like trying to express myself and in a way that people can like relate and at least feel like kind of similar or be like, oh yeah, no, that's because my favorite songs are like the songs that are like, that's such a distinctive feeling and I've never heard anyone like display it like that before.
Yeah.
And also just like making sure that I can do the most that I can to make it the most me that I can at the same time.
No, I love that. No, I mean, it's I mean, as you've spoken about your music through the times that we've known each other, it's very apparent that there is that, like, there's an interesting emphasis on, like, your own presence in your music.
Yeah. I feel like, I was listening to a Toby Lou song earlier.
Oh yeah. Shout out Toby Lou.
So fucking good. I just bought his Minis album because you can only buy it. It's not on streaming platforms.
Yeah.
And in one of the songs he says something about how like he makes his song for the people that rap because they can't speak, and I like fully relate to that it's really hard to express without like a platform to express through.
Yeah. Hell yeah. All right, let's go ahead and move on to some hypothetical questions.
Oh fuck.
And these are all there are no wrong answers because they're all just a bunch of what ifs.
I bet you I could make one.
I'm sure you could, but for the sake of, let's assume that there are generally no wrong answers.
Okay.
And for the first one, if you could work with any one person who's currently alive, who would you work with and how would you work with them?
Usually, no, I think Scott James. Absolutely.
Okay. Hell yeah.
He just, that weird like EDM kind of symphony sound that he creates from folk music is like, it's my favorite. Like
yeah.
His albums are like some of the best pieces of music in my opinion. And to be able to work and like see that process and be even the smallest part of it would be such a compliment.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. And then subsequently, who's a local artist that you're aware of that you haven't gotten to connect with yet, but you would like to?
Kill Maddie.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Shout out Kill Maddie.
I think I could totally chop some shit up.
Oh, I support that for sure. For sure. Actually, you know what? Everybody just add her in the comments. Let's make it happen.
Yes, please.
And then if you could get one more album from an artist who no longer does things musically, who would you want an album from?
Definitely Dissociative Youth.
Okay.
They rest in peace, Quinn died at like 20, way too young, but they were making extraordinary music, and I don't know, I feel like it was just really like homey in a way, if that makes sense. Like, yeah. It was like, it wasn't, because a lot of music is like, oh, a stretch from like this and that, but it was more like, I'm here right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, definitely with them. Rest in peace.
Oh, yeah. And then to wrap it all up, if you could add one instrument into your act, what would it be? And would you play it yourself or would you have somebody else play it?
Man, if I could get somebody that could like play a killer, like a fucking killer, like clarinet solo or some shit, and be like, "Hey yo, Jimmy, show 'em what you're made of," and just yeah, exactly. I feel like that would really like get crowds like, "What the fuck?"
Well, surprise! Look under your chair. It's my clarinet. No. Hell yeah. All right, we're going to go ahead and start wrapping this up. What do you have coming up in the future? What are things we can look forward to?
I came in here balls to the wall last time talking about a bunch of things I was doing, and I'm here to say that I am doing those things, and it is a process, but I'm planning on having a full album out on iAMZEKE really soon.
Oh, yeah.
And, further things will happen as they happen. You'll be the first to know, and everybody else watching Jimmy's Jambox will be the first to know.
There you go. All right, and then for this next one, go ahead and look at the camera and tell everybody how they can find you.
I am not Zeke on Instagram. Goodnight Zeke on Tumblr. I am Zeke on all music streaming platforms if you want to listen to any of my music. And you don't have to, but if you did, I would be really happy, and I'll give you a big hug and a handshake.
Yeah. Make sure to bring the mic back with you.
Oh, fuck, my bad.
And then any other plugs, any other shout outs, anybody else you want to put on while you're on here?
Fucking, like I said earlier, shout out Zany, shout out Xander, one of my fucking best friends. Shout out Mookie. Mookie's always up to something.
Always shout out Mookie.
If you see nothing happening, everything's about to go down.
Yep.
And oh my God, so many people that I love working with. Gaia especially, shout out Gaia. And if I follow
shout out Gaia.
Shout out Gaia. Namaste.
Hell yeah. All right, well, we've got one last question to go. But before we do, I'm going to steal the camera for just a second. As always, y'all, please make sure to like, subscribe, push all the buttons, do all the things. I don't know where they are, but you do, and I trust you. And with that being said, the final question. And this is entirely in your interpretation. What is a song that matters to you, and why?
That matters?
Yeah. What's a song that's like important or signifies an important moment for you?
Signifies an important moment. I think Rises the Moon by Liana Flores will always have a special place in my heart, because the first time I listened to it was personal, but it had totally kind of helped me calm down and center myself. And ever since then, it still has, and it's still something I listen to frequently, like at least once a week. And oh my God, this is gonna suck. I'm so sorry, Jimmy. I got the album cover tatted. I don't know if I can get that in there.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's in there.
Somewhere. If you saw it, you saw it. If you didn't, you get a free $15 Fred Meyer's gift card from Jimmy.
No. No, not endorsed. But hell yeah. Hell yeah. All right. We're going to go and wrap this up. Thank you so much for joining us.
It was a pleasure.
Hell yeah. This has been another exciting episode of Jimmy's Jambox. I'm Jimmy.
I'm Zeke.
And we're signing off. Later, y'all.
That's a wrap. This is not a podcast. This is a show. Keep jamming.